Techbook is basically an online resource. It's like an online textbook for students that they can use with a variety of resources in addition to just a textbook that students can use. And it's made by Discovery Education, and so everything on there is aligned by the North Carolina Standards and Essentials. And it's just an online digital tech book for students. It's more interactive, and for teachers, it's the accessibility. So it's easy to use, it's easy to access, it's user-friendly. You don't have to worry about logging textbooks everywhere. And then the students can use it whenever they need to. So they can use it on their phones, they can use it at home. It's what they're used to, it's what they're familiar with. And for teachers, everything's just kind of condensed into one space. So in addition to a textbook, you have resources like videos and images and animations, online labs and explorations that you can use. And so it's just kind of a condensed version, one big hub of resources for students. It addresses multiple intelligences, and so the different learning styles. So it serves as just a regular textbook because it has everything there that they need with the text. But then there are students that learn best through, hearing the information. So you have the videos that you can watch, you have the visuals, so they can see things, they can see animations of vocabulary that's played out. So you are addressing all those different learning styles in Discovery Ed. You can pull in literally everything to help different students learn. And then you can put all the resources together to one hub for the students. So they can say, oh, let me pick which resource is going to help me the most to learn this information. Large sheet of paper, you're going to make a poster with examples of each source and pictures of each source. And then you're going to take the information from the Discovery Education assignment and place that on the poster. All right, and then we'll present tomorrow. So you're going to tell us about your source that you specifically researched, all right, the characteristics, the percentage of Earth's freshwater, and then the examples of the source, so the 4 additional examples. That means you're going to have to communicate with each other to find out which source you're doing. You can't have the same source, right? So let's recap this. How many sources will you have total?
4.
4, right? 4 different sources. All right, you're going to add each characteristic from the Discovery Education assignment to your poster. All right, and then make sure you have a picture. Should it be in color?
Yeah.
Yes, a picture and a title of the source. Right, you're going to cut that out, put it on your poster. You can put the name of the source in the middle. All right, and then when are we going to present? Tomorrow. All right, so go ahead. What I don't think teachers know is that it is aligned to the standards. And so you don't have to think too much. This is what they need to know. And so I'm going to make sure, you just click the standard that you want to teach, and then it brings up all these resources for you to use. As far as the effectiveness, if they just knew how much students, my students love it. They absolutely love just being like, okay, this is something new. Let me go ahead and pull this iPad up and start pulling up the information I need to know. These explorations are here. Everything is in one spot. I see my due dates for what I have to do. I can see what I need to turn in. There's no question about anything. Directions are there. If they need to email me, they can email me. So everything is just kind of set up for their success with Discovery Ed. And so teachers you have to take time. You have to just sit down and say, all right, I'm going to do this, and then do it. To students, the thing I like the most is that they are a technology generation, the generation we're dealing with. They're not used to textbooks as much anymore. If they are, it's just in school. So when they leave school, they're used to technology being right at their fingertips with iPads and smartphones. And anything else. They're used to that quick access to technology and information. And so the benefit for students is being relatable. And so it's more than just the regular traditional school that they're used to. And it's something they can quickly search for information on, as opposed to flipping through pages or using an index or a glossary. That's just the textbook itself. As far as, I use assessments on Discovery Education as well. And so I give assessments, and they can see immediate feedback. So they can see their test results, and the teachers can choose whether they let the students see the correct answers or not. And so I let my students see their results and then the correct answers immediately, so they can see what they got wrong and then see what the correct answer was as well. And so that immediate feedback is letting them see, hey, I mastered this information or I didn't. I use it for homework a lot. So I'll come up with a writing prompt where they look at a video, they look at an animation, they do an exploration on Discovery Ed, and then they read some text, and then they answer questions, or they'll do a project with it. So I had them make posters off of the information that they read. They do it all at home and bring it to me the next day. Again, with the Techbook, you can search, so there's a search form, and so the students like that. They like that they can just search the topics. Everything's there. It's what they need to know. I noticed that they don't like the textbook when they're having to flip through a bunch of pages to find information. So it's, again, that quick and easy, user-friendly access that they like. Then also, with it's the 24-hour access, again. So I don't have to worry about assigning textbooks to take home for students. They can pull anything up on their phone. They can read it while they're waiting with their parents or anywhere. So it's just that ease of access that I think the students like, and I think that's the benefit to it, is that it's right at their fingertips at all times. So for the past 2 years, I've been using the Techbook pretty regularly in my room, and so I noticed that the immediate result, of course, was the increased level of engagement for the students. So just having something different than what they're used to, again, and having just something they're familiar with. So that's the immediate benefits. But then the students I'm preparing them for their future, and so they need 21st century skills and learning how to do inquiry and research, and they can do all of that with the Techbook. So I can, pose a question to them, and then they have to find out the answer instead of me just standing up and telling them. And so I like it from an inquiry approach, as you need to go find this information. It's there for you, but you need to go find it and be more independent. So I would say that those are their immediate results that I've seen. And then my favorite result is, of course, the data-driven material. So you can quickly get the feedback for teachers and for students to see how your students are doing. And for the questions on the assessments, it'll tell you what percentage of the students got that question right. So I can say, hey, that was a me problem, or this is something, just a couple of students missed, so I can address it with just those students. So do I need to reteach the whole class or just a couple of kids? So that has helped tremendously with me being able to figure out what I need to go back and tweak and adjust as far as my instruction. So.